Okay, with the new approval for our sweatshirt, we're gonna get that finalized, yeah?
Is it done?
Well, I don't know. So Joyce, we're good to go on the sweatshirt. You saw it in the group chat. So if you can print out the design, or if you want to tweak anything or bring it in, then they can all look at it and make sure it's all good. We're okay without something on the sleeve, right? It's going to be expensive anyway. Quick dilemma. Did I say it in the group chat? I think I did. He would prefer the don't drink and drive to be on the back, just so it's not the first thing you see. But the struggle is if we have it in the back, are you okay with the names on the front?
I feel like it looks weird.
It looks back.
Oh, I got an idea. You just make it smaller and like put the names.
What do we put on the front?
Put on the front HCS. HCS CalcBC. HCS CalcBC on the back. You just make the don't drink and drive smaller, and you just keep the name.
I mean, I guess we could do that. I just feel like it loses some of the.
We could have the graph on the front and then the wording on the back. Like a logo on the front, like the graph could be the logo.
They have to go together, don't they? So it's like it looks nicer that way.
It makes more sense that way, right? He said he didn't want the wording to be front and center. Maybe if we had the wording be small on the front. Oh, we were going to have AP Calculus BC on the back.
You can put the calc on the
I guess
front.
we could put Heritage Christian AP Calculus BC on the front, and then the name, the graph, and the words, and then the names just smaller in the back.
So maybe there's a way to somehow put both on the back.
Yeah.
Because I don't think the names work on the front either. I was thinking like just AP Cal BC, and I forgot what we had on the back at the moment. So I was like, oh yeah, no big deal. Like the picture on the back makes sense. We usually do a picture on the back.
That is the picture of this year.
It's just a graph of the car.
It's a graph of the car, which is pretty cool. Joyce sent us a link if you scroll up in the group chat.
Yeah, that's a funny story.
No.
Joyce, if you don't mind playing with it and seeing what you come up with, but how they would prefer the don't drink and drive to be on the back so it's not like the very first thing you see when you look at the sweatshirt. But we're not sure what to do with the names, so if you have any ideas, let us know. Okay, with that.
Drive under the influence of Jesus. That'd be a good one.
No.
You're hilarious. All right, number what? We're going through. 4? Okay. Struggle. Is that the right? No, that's not right. The next 4?
Nope.
Nope, the next 4?
No.
Yeah.
Oh, wait.
Aha!
Yes.
Okay, final answer.
Oh, yeah.
0.697. What?
0.693.
.693.
That's A. And then what's B? B should be over, right?
You get down the answer, Amanda? 0.697. B should be an overestimate because the concavity is concave up, which means the trapezoid would go above the curve, hence the overestimate. And then C, the actual integral is 0.693.
Were we supposed to
Do it by hand? I don't think so, because it was a decimal,
I
right?
mean B. Like, were we supposed to actually derive and everything, or could we just think of the graph?
You could just state this. Yeah, you could state that without. You can just say the F double prime is positive or the graph is concave up.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
can say graph is concave up and
Number next one.
8.
Final answer, 97.
Sweet.
Get it? 12. Final answer, 238.
What?
What'd you do?
I got 162.
I got 142.
Hold on, wait a minute. Is it the same problem? Is there a typo? Sum the trapezoids and multiply by 1 over
I didn't
36.
change it to seconds to hours. Well,
Oh, that's what it is.
Is that the struggle?
But that would make it less, not more.
What the huh?
Well, guys, the whole thing is right here, so check it out. What's wrong with the numbers? I'm going to go ahead and freeze it as I go to look at the book.
I guess I must have plugged in wrong.
They went to feet. They went from miles to feet. That's going to make a difference.
They put what?
They went from miles to feet, right? That would make a difference.
That doesn't make any wait, what?
Yeah, you have to divide by 1 over 3.
And multiply by 2,000. 5,028.
But no,
It wasn't the what?
because you have to change from hours.
Okay, so it's miles per hour. And you want it
And it was in feet per second.
What was it feet per second?
This,
And where'd you get the 1 over 3?
because that's switching from seconds to hours.
When did they say they wanted it in hours?
You just said miles per hour, didn't you?
They gave us miles per hour, but they gave us time in seconds. So they give us at 0 seconds, the speed of miles per hour was 0. At 1 second, the speed was 3 miles per hour. So you see how
You had to get your units to match, or else you're gonna have incorrect.
So the graph was
Calculations.
in miles per hour, and they wanted us to give it in feet.
So,
Happy birthday.
look at the chart. They gave us a chart. It's time in seconds.
Yeah.
That's the seconds. So after 4 seconds, the speed was 17 miles per hour, not seconds. They wanted in seconds.
Does that make sense? You have to get the units to match.
So you just do it at the end, so you have to do it individually?
Yeah, you can pull it out.
36. Where do you guys get? Oh, wait. 60 minutes, 60 seconds.
Oh, come on. Does that work?
I guess. I don't know. I did the multiple by hand.
Okay. I think he's not working well, so that's okay. But we got the question. We got the figure out what's going on. So I technically have it if we need it, but we're
I must
okay.
have made a big beefy finger mistake. No, I'll put it like that.
Okay. We don't need the question, right? Okay.
There's
Number next
what
one.
was the answer?
34.
238. 34?
Well, where do you get 238 from 0.045?
You have to multiply by 5,280 feet, I believe.
Because it's in miles, so you need it in feet. So then number 34 matches with D.
What?
Yeah.
What?
I knew it had to have 1/2, and then I was like,
But then
and then what I
it's
said?
multiplied by 2. Because from -2 to
2
4.
times 1/2 times 1/2.
I got D.
What's the other 1/2?
The 1/2 is the southern root. No. This 1/2 is.
Because
You
3's
can pull out the 1 because it's a 1 over. It's e to the x over 2. You can pull out the 1 over 2, which is going to be the x.
I pulled out the 1/2 and then forgot to multiply by the other 1/2.
Oh, there you go.
You pull out a 2 over 2, and I was just like, what?
Does that make sense though?
Yeah.
And
Okay.
then
I got it like that. D, right?
and then 36. I just didn't even read.
I got
was
E.
tired.
I got E.
C.
C, right? Oh, I got C.
Why was it C?
Because
the book
you're-
says so.
Yeah.
Hold on, let me get my.
Can I draw a picture on the board?
Yes, go for it. I'm just taking a picture of the question real quick so that we can reference it.
Since it said it was it was positive for,
Yeah, it's all
Everything?
positive.
so then it has to look something
I'll turn it
like
off.
this. Right?
So it's increasing and
So it has to be
concave up.
concave up. So if you do, here. So if you do the first one is left, right? So from the left, it'll be
These ones. Oh, these are different. Yeah.
Under. like that, and then
Please have this test.
if you do
Yeah, leave these for
midpoint,
me.
it'll be,
Give me them on top of the purple one. Thank you, Sam.
and then if you do from the right, it'll be over for all of them,
They didn't
and then
ask for
trapezoid will be in between.
No, they asked for right. It's in.
That's
They
all.
didn't ask for midpoint.
Okay,
Oh.
well, I'm sorry, I added that in as well. But then if you're looking at it, then the midpoint, or the right is gonna be way over, and then trapezoid is gonna be the most exact, and then left will be in the middle.
What's I?
Exact, or
It'd be,
that's
L would
the,
be less than I. Trapezoid would be.
Oh.
yeah, I is the actual, so left
Oh.
is gonna be the smallest because that's the most under,
Oh yeah.
then the actual trapezoid is gonna be a little bit over
A
to
little
the
bit over.
concave.
Okay, there we go. This trapezoid
YOLO
is
swag and swag.
a little
Is that how that works?
more
I think so. My math is
accurate
correct.
than.
What's the
Yeah.
what's infinity plus 1?
Infinity in one.
Or is it just infinity?
It's just infinity.
Mr. Willis?
Mr. Will says
Yeah.
it doesn't exist.
Yeah, it's infinity.
Uh-oh.
Did
Well,
he say it doesn't exist?
No,
don't
you
argue.
can't add 1 to infinity, he said. You can only add.
He's using a common logic with infinity. Technically it's wrong, but you just have to let him go.
Okay.
It's okay. He doesn't
How
understand.
is it technically wrong?
Because it's
There are different levels of infinity. And infinity plus 1 would still be infinity, because all that means is you're one step closer every time you. Because infinity isn't. Infinity is not a destination. Infinity is not an end. Infinity is an approach. So you can approach infinity faster. You can approach infinity slower. You can
That's what I
add
was like.
1 and still go to infinity. So it's not a
Like
problem to
that's-
add 1. it's an approach. So adding 1, you're just still approaching infinity.
It would be still infinity, but you're just getting there faster.
Because log, well, yeah, but 1 step faster is negligible. It doesn't really make a big difference. But if it was squared, like infinity times infinity, well, that's a whole nother level. Or if it's like e to that as opposed to ln, well, that's a whole nother level.
So if it is infinity to infinity squared, it'd still be infinity, but you get there way faster.
Yeah, an exponential will be even faster. Coming back, so we got it as far as the positive and the increasing the concave up. Which one's best? Okay. Do we have any other evens? Or are we done? We're good?
Yeah.
So let's get rid of that. Back of your spirals.
Yay.
Cursive. The back of my spiral, the cardboard is coming off, so I'm pretty impressed.
Struggle. I'm going to try and get a bit better picture. For some reason, it keeps putting lines in my poor little picture, so I'm going to freeze it. I know, but it's annoying me. Lo siento. But as you guys, this is section 6.4 and 6.5. We had one of these on section 6.1 to 6.3, and I thought with a test tomorrow, it's, well, maybe a little helpful to look at just a few multiple choice. Don't worry about the FRQ, because I'm pretty sure that we would be okay if you want to peek at it just to make sure we'd be okay. That's good. What?
Yes.
It's okay. You should ask Sean Durkin what he said today in class.
What did he say?
It was funny. You should ask him. I cannot even, it would not be near as funny coming from me.
Yeah.
Did he ever tell you about the time that like Richmond said something and then Sean Durkin just stood up and was like, "Excuse you"?
He's
It
so
was
much out of
so
it.
funny.
Oh my
Everybody
goodness.
died.
It's funny. Yeah.
You know, I think the AP test would be a lot easier if there was no words.
Are you sure? Because I feel like that'd be really difficult knowing what they meant half the time.
I don't really want to. How would they just tell me what to do? It's like,
That would require words, though.
no, that's it. That's it. Just like one sentence, or not even one sentence. Like
So you
one
want
word.
some words, but just the words that you like. This sounds a little discriminatory, especially for someone trying to go into the law.
I want limited words. Integrate.
Wow. Integrate. Yeah.
Solve. Just solve. How about that? Solve. There you go.
Yeah, but then that doesn't really test whether or not you know how to apply.
How do I apply what? If I solve it one way, what does it matter?
Focus on the task at hand. Shh.
Read
My one word, go.
If they put that one there, I'd kind of be happy. No.
Because you'd walk out?
No, because I looked by.
Oh, you would go. Okay, good. Good. It's a struggle. You could read it 2 different ways. Some kids would just be like, peace.
Hey, it said go.
I paused it because I figured you didn't need to hear all that long.
Oh, there's missed all that?
I'm still stuck on one.
I was thinking like this.
I'm missing the step. We're on the step. The base. No, like, how do I know, but like, what? Can't pull it out.
Because they like to be annoying with the tables. Yeah. Trying to think of it as area 1, area 2, area 3.
Hence why like the trapezoidal rule is good, and yet it's not all at the same time, because that's rarely what they let you use.
Wow.
Okay, cool.
I quit on I'm just writing it down there.
You guys excited? Chapter 7 is mostly new.
I'm excited, but I'm distracted.
So now I actually have to pay attention.
George, that's not fair. All this is mostly new to me, so I have to pay attention.
Oh, wait.
But the book has done things a bit differently. They've
What does
had
that have
to
do with
they've
me
had to
now?
adjust
Wait.
it.
You can't complain.
I can't.
Right?
Yeah.
Sweet. I was gonna go with it because I want to try to figure it out.
Roll.
Okay, my turn. I can start going?
No.
With number 1.
You can do anything you want to do. You're a Barbie girl.
Doesn't mean I should.
George.
Making a reference.
George. No.
I lost it.
Always positive.
You lost it.
Yeah. It's not on my.
But it's under the seat in front of you.
I thought it was sucks. We watched John King today, and
Who?
John King.
Uh-huh.
He's the guy with the smart board that does the presidential elections.
Oh.
He's my mom's favorite. You want to see the recording?
Yeah. Okay. We both the 1/2.
Oh, 1/2?
1/2 base times height 1 plus height 2, right?
Oh, I did the formula they gave us.
You can't because the bases are unequal. This one's 3, this one's 2, and that one's 1.
Oh, I'm so
That's why I was
That's what
struggling.
George was struggling. 3 and 40 is 120. 70 and 2 is 140. 40 and 20 is 60. That's 200, 320, 320, and 2 is 160. How'd you guys go?
I got the same answer.
Yeah.
I got 160 using the formula.
Lucky.
So lucky.
Jared, I don't understand. You always do the wrong
You
thing.
had to like
the right
use the
answer.
formula wrongly.
Yeah, there's no way.
See, that's
It's
dangerous.
not-
You have to use the formula wrongly.
It's not even right. There's no way.
I split it up. I split it up. I did each one. I added each one separately.
10.
I added each
60
one
is
separately.
70 and 80 is 150, 150 and 20.
Yeah, because like what I did was
170 cut in half is 85.
That's what I got. I got 170 over 2. I was like, that's not an option.
no, I did 3 halves times f of 1 plus f of 4
3
plus
halves. How'd you get 3?
b minus a 4 minus 1. is
You only
3.
used 4 minus 1.
And no, then on the next one I did 2 over 2 f of 4 plus f of what is that?
Oh, okay, Jordan,
6.
you did what you're supposed to do. Okay, you did 3, and then you did 2, and then you did 1. So you didn't use the trapezoidal rule, you used the trapezoid area formula. So you did it right. You did it right. We were talking about the trapezoidal rule.
I did use the trapezoidal rule.
Okay, just go.
Okay. You use the area of the trapezoid.
I'm gonna cry.
When you do them separately, it's called the area of the trapezoid.
Yeah.
Number 2, let f be the antiderivative of sine cubed if f of 1. Sweet, so you guys used your calculator, right? Say f of 8 is equal to the integral from 1 to 8 of sine cubed of x dx plus 0. That's lame.
Sickos.
What did you guys get? Oh, come on.
Oh, D.
D. Wait a minute. Number 3. Woo-hoo-hoo-hoo. Minimum. How do you figure that one out?
Oh, minimum.
You have to do,
For maximum.
Uh-huh.
what did you just say?
Gives you f prime, right?
Right, but what did you say?
F prime of x is equal to e to the. Is that x squared? I can't even see it.
X squared
T
minus
squared.
3x.
That's t. That's
Oh,
t squared.
oh, sorry, I think I'm sorry.
Okay. So of u x squared minus 3x squared times u prime, which is 2x minus 3. And then e to the can never be 0 anyway, so then x is equal to critical number of 3 halves,
Mhm.
right? And then we assume that that's all we need.
Well, you know what they say about assumptions.
So, yeah, exactly. So struggle, just in case f prime is equal to, it's okay, we're still standing. So 3 halves, domain is all the numbers, right? Because e to the is continuous
Yeah.
and differentiable. So if we were to plug in a negative, we plug in 0. 0 is easy, right? So plugging in 0, anything to the 0 is 1, and then 0, that's going to be a negative. True.
Mm.
And I'm guessing that's going to be a positive, so it's super and it's super jupe. Okay, good. 3 halves. Done. You didn't necessarily have to do the free response, but let's read through real quick just to say what we would do. Trapezoidal rule.
Use the trapezoid.
Yeah, good.
Oh dear Lord.
What did you just say?
It's okay, we're good. Okay, so, wouldn't you have to do some yay fun?
You have to use some math magic.
Do we have to worry about the integral? That's my big question.
No.
No, because, right? The trapezoidal rule is approximating the area that the integral is trying to find. So we're just dealing with sine of t squared. Okay. And then our equal subintervals would go ahead and be 1/2, true? And then we could use our cool 1/2 base, which would be 1/2 times endpoint at 0. Plug it in, 1/2, plug it in. Is that, no, 2 at 1/2, plug it in. 2 at 1, 2 at 1 and 1/2, and then 1 at 2. Letter B, increasing.
You have to derive.
Yeah.
Derive using FTC, true?
So we get some.
And we have to figure out where he's at, right? So critical numbers, make a sign chart, figure out the increasing. part.
2x on x.
Yeah, you could just do
2x sin x squared.
2x sin x, so you have to set equal to 0 in between the intervals 0 to 3,
And then you just and then
which
you
would be 0.
Wait.
Or-
Slow down. You how do you derive it without knowing like a point?
What do you mean? FTC.
No, remember, derive it. Derivative of this side is f5, derivative of this side, you just plug in the x. If it's a u, you plug in the
Oh, right.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
Then the average rate of change?
1 over b minus a times the integral.
From 0 to 3.
Average rate.
Oh, so we take f of b.
F of b minus f of a. So f of 3, because this is f, they're asking for average rate. We don't have a rate and we're finding the average. We have an f and we're trying to find his rate. So f of 3 minus f of 0 all over 3 minus a. So equal this k and so on.
Average value would be 1 over
Average
b.
value. So if they said, what is the average of f? We have f, they want the average of f, then we have to go. But since they said, here's f, let's find his average rate. Oh, physics formula. No big deal.
On b, if you derive that, why do we add the plus c when we want to?
Without bounds.
Those are indefinite integrals that technically we haven't.
Oh,
We've done.
we've done it. That was number 3. That was number. No, that was 2.
2 is not. The 2 is a definite interval. It's from 1 to 7.
But we don't have bounds.
Well, that's
One
true.
to eight.
Yeah, they don't really give us bounds. We kind of have to make them up.
No, it's 1 to 8.
No, it was a to x, and then you put in 1, and then you put in x for 1, and then you do your magic.
It's not
If
change.
you plug in.
Okay. Yeah, Jackie.
On number 3, I got e,
Uh-oh.
and I got a different derivative.
Different derivative?
Yeah,
Hold
for
on.
u
E to
prime.
the u. E to the u you plug in. And then square times u prime. U prime is just minus
No,
3.
u prime I got 2 times x squared minus 3x.
Oh. You're trying to take the derivative of this whole thing. But Jackie, remember, when you take the derivative, you plug in, and then just take the derivative of him.
But if you're trying to
He's u. So from a to u, you plug in u, and then you take u prime. So we're just deriving not this, we're deriving just that. Alright, kiddos.
Yeah.
We have a test tomorrow, and since we have a test tomorrow, that means we need to review, and since we need to review, you're welcome.
No.
So that's different than the.
Can we go over number 60?
It's like a
Yeah.
different kind of.
It's a different plus c. It's just trying to make it work plus c. The other one you didn't do it.
When we started?
You don't need to go on.
I don't want to do it tonight.
Oh, because they give us your back.
I have nothing better to do.
I feel like I knew there was a test. I just didn't.
Oh, that's funny. See, it keeps putting lines in there. I don't get it. Okay.
Like, say,
Is there something I can do? Can I do this?
No, if they give us
That doesn't work.
2, they're trying to find it.
okay, you know what you can do?
If we're trying to find the answer.
Yeah, do you have an idea? I mean, I've tried really quick.
Oh wait, try
Oh, I could do that, and then just go back.
Number 4. They don't do
I just
plus
can't
C.
overrun it.
There you go, right? That works.
Okay, that works.
Just from 0 to
So I just go super huge and then backtrack. What was your idea?
I was gonna say use the snippet tool.
Oh, that's true.
Yeah, and then just save it to your desktop
Number
and
2.
place it.
It's definitely number 2, but then we'll do
Well, you know the snippet, that just copies it to your clipboard as soon as you paste it.
Oh
But
yeah,
it's still
you just-
definite, because it's
I didn't know if you
for
did
f of 1.
Ah, but I have a line. It's okay, we're done.
It's a line on the outside.
Perfect.
Just take the white. Go find the white color. And
True.
There you go.
Are we
Nice.
gonna do it in class again and start backwards?
Basically. And that's perfect, because Amanda really wants to see number 60, because she already did it this weekend. What? Go team.
Give us a few over the weekend.
Other Amanda.
Other.
Hey, Deb.
Yeah, someone's an overshooter.
Yeah, overachiever Amanda.
But you're jealous of her, so that's okay.
Oh,
Alright, I'm guessing it's a couple pages in, right?
he said overachiever really loudly.
I don't get it. How is that so funny?
I'm mocking you.
Okay.
Is this all recorded?
Yeah.
Joyce, you got some good coffee.
Joyce, did you know this was funny?
Where's
You
number
have a, like,
60?
No,
Like
don't
the
go on.
video. Like the video if you like.
It's right
If
there.
you
Evil life.
Oh, I see, it's underneath.
Sorry.
Okay.
Leave it in the comments. Just
Yeah.
say like,
Like the video if you use this funny Joyce.
I like this golden rod background.
Isn't it exciting?
So adorable.
I call it like a mustard.
Mustard.
It reminds you of the ugly yellow polos that no one wears
Those
except
are
for middle schoolers.
beautiful.
How dare you judge
How dare you?
the color by its color?
Weren't you just judging? I think you were just judging.
What was I judging?
I don't remember, but you were judging. Remember I said you were discriminating?
Against words? I don't really
Oh, that
understand
was
what
it.
you were saying. All I know is I just wanted 1 or 2 words.
Honestly.
Alright, we're starting backwards. You guys have 60, 59, 58. And Amanda needs help on 60.
Look, you
Which
said-
means you guys probably will too. Here we go.
He's gone.
Oh, do you guys want to write down your test review first?
Yeah.
Nope. I'm not doing it right now. Procrastination is my nation.
Okay.
I thought the nation was
America.
There you go. 1 through 5, 9, 13, 15, 22, 27, 31, 32, 40, 41, 48, 58 to 60. Done! Okay, so.
What? That's like the worst thing whenever someone orders a small salad at work, and they give you a 20 because it's $10.89, so their change is $9.11. Every time, and I'm like, I hate having to say what their change is.
It is 9/11.
You know, it's funny. There's a
Something in
sushi
Spanish.
place by my house, and they have one of the rolls called a 911 roll. My dad always calls it a 911 roll, and I'm like, Dad, it's 911. And after he says it, the waitress says, "Okay, so a 911," and I'm just like,
Ha.
God, Dad.
All right, ready?
I get 911 because you have to call the police because
Yeah,
you say
because it's on
9/11.
Oh, George.
I crack myself up.
That's kind of sad, actually.
It's not
Okay.
bad.
Number 60. Alright, hand over front here. The graph of function f consisting of 3 line segments. It is shown below. Ooh, this is like an AP one.
Oh, that's why it's
Wait, isn't that why it says AP examination preparation?
Wow.
Hey, it rhymes.
Look at us putting things together. Okay, so
1 and 1 is 2.
I joined Sam.
that was funny. Let g of x equal the integral from 1 to x of f of t, and we're given f. How do we find g of 4 and g of negative 2? Cool things.
Very
You
good.
gotta get the area.
I agree with George.
You have to get the area of the stuff because it's just the integral from 1 to 4 or 1 to negative 2. True?
Yeah.
There we go.
Oh wait, I was looking at 15.
This is the graph of f.
I don't know what you're saying right now, but that's okay.
Come on.
From 1 to 4. We're going forwards, right?
You're mean.
Well, here, instead of me shading, because you guys know what area of the curve looks like, right? We're going to have to do, a trapezoid, or we could do a triangle, and then we could do a rectangle, and then we could do another triangle, and then we could do another triangle.
Oh,
Or we could do a trapezoid, depending on how confident you are.
That's disgusting. Wait. Doesn't those two triangles? Sorry, which one? Those two triangles cancel out?
Yep.
Yay.
Does that sound good? Do that goes to one that goes to negative 1?
Sounds
So we
delicious.
just forget those ones.
how do we know for sure?
Because it's equal intervals.
Because we have the 2, 1, and the 4 negative 1, so we know that, yeah. Otherwise, we'd be in trouble. Over here we have a 1 by 1, so that's just going to be 1, and then we have a 1 by 2, which will be just 1 as well, right?
Right.
So g of 4 is equal to 1. How about g of 2 boxes? It's going to take up too much space. G of negative 2. Now what?
So it's 1 to negative 2. What? How about we do negative 2? Negative integral from negative 2 to 1.
That's so bright.
I thought it was just my camera.
1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1 half 3 times 3.
9.5.
Wait, wouldn't that be like negative because it's going the opposite way?
No.
I hadn't gotten there yet, but thanks. Good job.
Is it?
Yeah, because it would be
Because
negative
remember, if
integral
it's
of negative 2 to 1.
from 1 to negative 2, it's negative 2 to 1.
Yeah.
So this makes when you go backwards, it's opposite sign. If you go from right, the bounds are backwards. Does that make sense? So that'd be negative 9.5.
This is the graph of f, right?
Yes.
Okay.
B, find the instantaneous rate of change of g with respect to x at x equals 2.
So you need to derive
Mm-hmm.
f of x.
Hence, now, just for AP style, I just see everything, right? So you can say g prime of 2 is equal to f of 2 is equal to f of 2 is 1. Done, done, done.
They tell us that graph right there is
Yeah. Yeah, it's not a little, it's cut off. Okay, letter C.
Oh, you're not going to erase it yet? I thought you were.
Oh, maybe I should. No, I wasn't thinking of it. Find the absolute minimum value of g on the closed interval, negative 2 to 4, but we have an integral.
What? Oh my gosh.
That's the derivative, so you can just say, no, you can't. Yeah,
What's
positive,
occurring here?
a minimum.
Should you compose it to negative?
What do they want?
Minimum.
Absolute min. So just based on nature, hold on,
No.
of our functions, can't we say that G is it's cut off, right, at endpoints?
Negative 2 to negative.
So we have -2 to 4. Our only critical number is at 3. It's strictly increasing, then it's strictly decreasing. And because if you look at the area under the curve, that's a lot of increase, little decrease. Where's the lowest point?
Negative 2.
It increases tons, it decreases a little bit.
Oh,
It's over here, right? Does that make
Yeah.
sense? And you would have to justify that using the area to basically say the integral from -2 to 4 is positive, showing an overall positive displacement. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Makes sense? All right.
We have questions on the other one.